This is a thought experiment. This is a pot, matka in Hindi, yeah, a clay pot. This is a favorite example used by Advaitins. So you'll see it in a lot of Advaita Vedanta texts. The Brahma Sutras, Aparoksha, Anubhuti, Viveka Chudamani. You pick up any text, you will see the example of the pot. So it is repeatedly given as an example by many Advaitin teachers. This is a pot. It's made of clay. You know the law of cause and effect? Yes? This pot is an effect. The material cause of this pot is clay. Pot is an effect. Clay is the cause. Before this was a pot, it was clay. So that clay was the cause and this pot is the effect. It will last for whatever 10 years, 15 years, and one day I'll drop it, it will break. The pot will be gone when it's broken. Will the clay be there? Yeah, the clay is going to be there. So the birth and death. In between, is this a pot or is it clay? What is its reality? Top is clay, bottom is clay, inside, outside, right side, left side, all clay. Everything is clay. It is pervaded by clay. There is nothing here other than clay. Is this a pot or is it clay? You will say, it is a pot in clay. Really? Okay, I'm taking the clay away. Keep your pot. Keep your pot. Pot is just the name and form. Nama and Rupa. We've learnt this in many texts before. Yeah? Nama is name, Rupa is form. Pot is just Nama Rupa, is name and form. The reality of this is only one. The reality is clay. Apart from clay, there is no pot here, really. Yeah. It is only clay existing there. The name is pot. The shape is pot. Even the function is of a pot. But there is only clay. Its reality is clay. There is only clay existing. Yeah. Obviously, when you see it, you say, okay, great, but it's still a pot. Yeah. Really? If you touch it, what do you touch? Do you touch clay or do you touch pot? What am I touching right now? Clay. When I see, my eyes come in contact with it. What are my eyes in contact with? Clay or pot? Clay. It is just clay. The same example has been given in Ashtavakra Gita as gold and ornament. Yeah, you remember that? Those who've done Ashtavakra Gita? Earrings, necklace, bangle, everything is just gold. Same example has been given in another Upanishad for wood. Different kinds of wood in your whole room. Yeah, table, chair, the study table, the center table, everything, sofa, couch, all different things, but it is all wood. One more example in Ashtavakra Gita was the wave and the water. Remember? Is there water in the wave or is there wave in the water? It is only water. There is just an appearance of a wave. Wave is just a name and form, nama and rupa, that I have given to it. Now, you apply this analogy to this body-mind complex. How is this body different from this pot? You will say, oh, very simple. Here I feel awareness, consciousness. I feel it's alive, it's a living being, and this is not alive. This is a non-living thing. Okay, granted. Yeah, here you feel alive. Yeah, you feel aware here. I'm aware of the body as if the body is conscious, but the pot is not conscious. Okay, so now we have identified two things here: the body and the awareness or the consciousness intermingled. Because the body has this awareness or consciousness, the body is called a living being and the pot is called a non-living thing. Clear? Yeah. Do you ever experience the body without the consciousness or awareness? Your own experience. Do you experience, okay, forget the whole body, do you experience in my little toe that there is no consciousness, no awareness? Never. Can you experience the pot apart from the clay? Can you experience the body apart from the consciousness or awareness? Not possible. What part of the body can be experienced? Tell me, apart from awareness, apart from consciousness, apart from knowingness. Nothing. Inside the body, outside the body, everything is consciousness. Every experience of the body is consciousness, is in consciousness. So far with me? So this understanding that I have is wrong. Which one? That I have a body and then I have a mind inside the body, and in that mind I have some little consciousness or awareness. And my consciousness and awareness sometimes in the morning especially it's high, and at the end of the day my awareness or consciousness is low. Now does this hold any water? It is absolutely wrong. Consciousness itself is like space. In that consciousness, the body appears. It is available to you 14 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours till the time you are awake. And what happens at the end of the day? 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the night. You lose the consciousness of this body. You move from the waking state to the dreaming state. When you are dreaming, are you conscious of the body? Do you remember, I am this person so and so lying on the bed and I am dreaming that I am somewhere on Mars? No. You are not conscious of the body. So the body that had appeared in the morning at 6 a.m. has disappeared from the consciousness at 11:30, 12 in the night. The mind still continues in the dream for a while. And then the mind also disappears. And you are just pure consciousness. In your deep sleep state, you are that pure witness that is devoid of any mental or physical objects. In that space of pure witness, pure consciousness, after 2-3 hours, the I thought arises, the mind arises, it sees some dreams, and then you wake up in the morning and the body arises. Every morning, the body appears, the mind appears. Every night, the body disappears, the mind disappears. The consciousness is the bigger aspect here, in which the body appears, the mind appears, plays for a while and disappears. I am that consciousness. I am not this body. I am not this mind that comes up. This is Advaita level 2. Now this is very experiential. So homework for you tonight. After this session, we will continue to be very aware. We're going into bed completely aware. Yeah? Can I just be in this witnessing mode and observe what happens? And just keep observing, and let sleep come. It'll happen naturally to the body anyways. If you are observant enough, you do come for a moment over there in your dream and recognize I'm dreaming. And it has happened to all of us at least once in our lifetime, correct? You recognize, oh, I'm dreaming. You will go into deep sleep state. You will not have an experience, of course, because it is the absence of experience. But when you come out of it, you will know that, I had slept really well last night. Like, I had fantastic sleep, sound sleep. What is the meaning of sound sleep? Oh, there was no dreams. There was absolute silence. You yourself say it. Yeah? Recognize that this happens every night to us. Yeah? Now the main thing begins. With this clear understanding that I am that consciousness in which the body appears and disappears. I am that consciousness in which the mind appears and disappears. I am that consciousness in which memory comes and goes. I am that consciousness in which intellect comes up, says, see, I understood this, and goes. I am that consciousness in which the ego arises and says, I. The consciousness never says, I. Have you reached this realization? Recognition, not intellectual understanding. Recognition by exploration. Yeah. Those who have, fantastic, good job. Those who haven't, take it down as homework number 2. There is a difference between I, the ego that always says I, and the pure witness, which is the real I, it never says I. Now, as we move ahead on the path, a question comes up, okay, I understand that the mind appears and plays for whatever 18 hours during the day, because I'm counting dream state also. It's your mind, huh? It plays and then it goes away. Every day this is happening. Birth, death, birth, death. It is actually the birth of the body and the death of the body. Birth of the mind, death of the mind. So the question arises next is then, how does this world seem so real to me? Well, when you are dreaming in the night and you're running away from a tiger. That also seems so real, doesn't it? Yeah, you're actually sweating and panting and you feel finished. Now this is it. I'm going to die. Most of us remember our nightmares. We hardly remember our angelic dreams. But we have one nightmare that we remember that creates that fear in us, and we know that fear is so real. Like it happens in your dreams. It seems so real. Exactly the same thing is happening in this waking dream. Ashtavakra says, both are dream Janaka. The dream that you see in the night, that is also a dream. This waking world, this is also a dream. Both are dreams, Janaka. So both are dreams. Now you have to start recognizing this at this level. This is a dream. And how has this dream come about? Advaita gives you a step-by-step understanding. Number one, first step, there is a sankalpa in your mind. And you can actually prove this to yourself if you have that much interest in your own self. You will be able to do it. A sankalpa arises in your mind. Sankalpa is nothing but a like, a relish. The correct word used in the text is rati. Rati is in Hindi a khichav towards something. Khichav, an attraction towards something. Yeah, it's not even in words yet. It is just like a sensation, a khichav. I want to have chocobar ice cream. You've not even said the whole sentence in your mind. It's just coming from a past memory. And that is called sankalpa. A sankalpa arises in you is step one. Step two, you make the sankalpa a kama. What is kam? You lust for it. No, I have to have chocobar ice cream today. I have to have chocobar ice cream today. Yes, come what may, I want my chocobar ice. This is lusting for it. Yeah. So step one, he says, is sankalpa. Step two, it becomes a kama if you give attention to it. If you don't give attention to it, it withers away like a dried flower that does not get any rain or sunshine. Yeah, sankalpa becomes a kama. A little inclination or like becomes lust. Inclination is the right word for sankalpa. Yeah, inclination becomes lust. Immediately, this lust is recognized by the creative function of the witness, of the pure witness, and it creates an impression in your mind. An impression is nothing but a mental note you make to yourself. I have to have my chocobar ice cream today. So I have to finish this work, I have to do this, do that. But on my way back home in the evening, I will stop at the store and get a chocobar ice cream. A very strong impression is formed in your mind. Yeah. In the text, it is called karma phalam. Yeah. Sankalpa is still not karma. Kama creates the karma. Karma phalam is already decided by your mind. Yeah. And immediately the universe is created. So I am creating my own universe moment to moment to moment. And you can actually experiment with this. Whatever is in your life, you have created it. Whether you have lovely people in your life, you have obnoxious people in your life, you have people in your life or you don't have people in your life. Whether you have happy situations in life, whether you have sad situations in life, whether you have no situations in life, you have created it. You create your own universe like a bubble, and you only keep pumping it with more creation. Creation is happening moment to moment to moment by your own sankalpas. There is no external force that is creating this life for me. There is no God sitting up there that has granted this sukha and this dukkha to me. Nope. I am that God. I am that creator. That creative function is the function of this pure witness, Satchit Anand. Do you get this? This is the next level. The part 2 of Advaita level 2. I create my own universe. I live in my own bubble. And I feel it is true. I have created my own dream world. Nobody else is responsible for this. So now this takes us into a higher level of understanding. It's not as simple as just projecting your mind out. Whatever has happened in your life, you have created it. So if there is a very sweet person in my life, I am the one who has attracted sweetness through my energy, through my sankalpa. If there is a not so sweet person in my life, I have attracted that with my not so sweet energy. Remember, pure witness does not understand your language. You must have said, I want this. Pure witness just recognizes energy. That's it. You must have said, I don't want this. It does not understand your English or your German or your Farsi or your French or your Telugu, Malayalam, whatever. It does not understand that. It's like space. Yeah. The special property of this space is the creative function. It creates. Yeah. So even if I have said I don't want this in my life, and I've constantly repeated and hoped that this should not happen, this should not happen, this should not happen, this should not happen, what have I done? I've created energy towards that. The creative function of the pure witness only recognizes the energy. It does not recognize whether you said you want or you don't want. And it manifests in your life. Very clear? God and the self are one and the same. I keep creating, I keep creating, I keep creating, I keep creating, and I don't realize how my life is this disaster, full of suffering. Why is it like this? I keep creating, but I don't understand it. Oh, I'm saying I don't want this, I don't want this, but there is energy created towards that. The energy of hatred, the energy of negativity, the energy of resistance. It keeps increasing, keeps increasing. Happy things happen in my life, but every happiness comes with a tax, no, of sadness. Oh, what is this life? It's just my own bubble of misery that I have created. If this is clear now, you will recognize that this misery keeps continuing for some time, for some lucky ones, a short time, for some people, for lifetimes. before we realize, I have to figure out myself, I have to figure out my mind, I have to figure out the truth. And then you start your spiritual journey. I'm not saying even after coming onto the spiritual path, the misery ends. No. In fact, now you add more misery. I'm coming to that also. Now you have spiritual creation, spiritual world projections. It should be like this, it should not be like this. Everybody should have a smile, the Buddha smile. Everybody should bow down to you and be sweet with you. No, but you experience the same problems there. Who is projecting, remember? I am projecting because I have carried my past impressions of the material world into the spiritual world, expecting them to magically turn around. Is that going to happen? My projections are going to go with me. Yeah. So, when you come to the spiritual path, your projections only manifest into the mistakes that you've made on the spiritual path, or gone to different kinds of teachers who didn't teach you properly, or you thought they are not teaching you properly, and all the goof ups that you did on the spiritual path. All created by who? By my own self. I am the creator of it. Through my own projections comes a guru, an external guru. The job of this external guru is to do what? To help me recognize that my real guru is internal. My real God is internal and I am creating this. That is the job of this external guru. It is also created by my creative function. Yeah. So, whether your guru was right or it was wrong, it's got nothing to do with that external person. We don't even know if the person exists or not, as we learned in Advaita 1. You have no proof whether Ekta really exists here in Germany or not. Right now, she's a part of your bubble. How many ever people we are, right now, our bubbles are intersecting. Okay? You see overlapping bubbles? Wherever the bubbles overlap, that is where we are having this common Advaita session. And then we go our way. We move on. Creation of your own world by the creative function of your own pure witnessing. Is this super clear? This is where Ramana begins. God, Guru, and yourself are one and the same. It does not mean that there are three entities that are like each other. It means they are one entity only, the pure witnessing consciousness. So it is my self, the pure witness, the consciousness that we are talking about from the beginning. It is that consciousness that forgets itself. It only becomes the mind. Yeah? In that sankalpa arises. Sankalpa is equal to inclination. Then it does not let go of the sankalpa. Lust arises, which is kama. That kama itself becomes a karmic impression. That karmic impression is picked up by the creative function, and that creative function within me itself is called God. Yeah, that pure witness itself is the God. There is no God up there in the clouds, out there somewhere in some heaven. No. That creative function in me, that itself projects, makes that thing happen. I go in the evening to the store, purchase my chocobar ice cream and I eat it. I give you a very simple example. This is happening moment to moment to moment in your life. Take happy events and take unhappy events. Each of them are your own projections, not just projections. They are created by you, by your own sankalpas. Then you get tired of this creation. This repetition brings so much misery. Then you want to walk the spiritual path. Now you start looking for a guru. You have this thirst in you. And then you start finding a guru according to your desires, huh? Some people want a guru, oh, don't tell me to do something very hard. Give me shortcut method, very easy. 10 minutes bus I want to do and nothing more. Okay, you do 10 minutes yoga, stretches, good. That is also from Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Ha, you like the big word, Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Nice. Now I will do 10 minutes yoga. I'm a spiritual person. I'm going to be nice and calm. What happened to you? After 10 days of yoga, I'm the same old miserable person. Still angry, still hateful, still lost in this world. Now you want another guru, so you leave your yoga studio and you start looking for something else. You pick up some book, yeah. You learn something more from the book. Oh yes, yes, good, good. Your friend sees you looking into that book. Your friend says, "Come, come, let's go to this course." Now you go to a personality developmental class, and you think, "Oh, this is real spirituality." These are also stages we all go through, and it's good. Nothing is wrong with it. We need to step by step go up, no? And we do a nice personality developmental class and the mind feels a little polished. Suit boot mein aaya ka nahi aaya, you feel like, I'm good. But what? After a few days, your suit boot is gone and then you're back to the same miserable person. What? Personality developmental class also gone down the drain and thousands of dollars also gone down the drain. Now you start looking for something more, something more. And the journey continues, then you can fill in the gaps. Well, doesn't matter. That is also ignorance. That was also a part of my journey. You take the next step. Keep going up. Keep going up. Find the highest truth. And unless you go to nursery, you cannot go to kindergarten. Unless you go to kindergarten, you cannot go to primary school. Unless you go to primary school, you cannot go to high school. Unless you do high school, you cannot come to college. So don't be harsh on yourself. Obviously, to reach here, you had to take the step-by-step process and get there, no? Some of us are lucky. We did this process maybe in our previous lifetime. Yeah. But some of us are not like the ripe mango. Yeah. Some of us are raw. Kachi kairi, we say in Hindi. Yeah. The raw mango. Can't do anything about it. You have to wait till it takes its own time to ripen. And you get there. Yeah, when you get there, then you find that real guru. The real meaning of guru in the ancient texts is, in today's language, a GPS, a guru positioning system. The external guru is manifested by God to help point towards the internal guru. That's what Ramana will tell you. That's what we learnt in Kabir's session, those who attended Saint Kabir's teachings. The external guru's job is just to cajole you, push you, look inwards, there. That is the real guru. I am not the real guru. So, drop this external attractions, whether material or spiritual, and start looking within. Then your real journey begins. Yeah. That is where Ramana Maharshi begins.